Yo, what's going on? My name is Zachary, and today we will be building out kind of this simple funnel for a client that I'm working on currently. So, kind of the two traffic sources that we are going to be dealing with is natural organic Instagram traffic, as well as ads coming from Meta Ads. So, kind of the idea here is the ads are going to flow directly to a landing page where the prospective client will fill out a form, and then they will get a follow-up email prompting them to jump on a quick call, or not really a quick call, but honestly the closing call, where then we hope to close them and they then join our accelerator program. Same kind of deal over here on the Instagram traffic, but then it splits into two different sections here. One is just a link again to that same landing page form, same flow there, as well as kind of trying to close in the DMs, immediately trying to pitch the accelerator program, skip the landing page, and hop them right onto the closing call. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So I'm using card.co for the landing page, and then kind of HubSpot for the customer management. I've already got a landing page here, but I'm going to edit it because I'm not a big fan of how it looks right now, simply for the conversion side of it. What I'm actually going to do is start off by making a new form, just so I kind of know what to base the website off of.
All right, so this is the form that people are going to see before they even get on a call with us. And the reason this matters so much is that this form kind of sets the tone for everything that comes after. We're not just collecting emails, we're also qualifying people, setting expectations, and making sure when someone books the call, it actually makes sense for both sides. So, first section, pretty simple: name, email, phone number, and location, nothing too fancy. This is just so we can follow up properly and not waste anyone's time going back and forth trying to schedule. Next, I'm going to ask them where they are in their off-grid journey currently. This is important because someone who's just daydreaming needs to have kind of a very different conversation than someone who already owns land and is actively trying to plan out how to scale. This helps us contextualize before we even speak to them. And after that, I kind of ask some biggest challenges. This does two things. It helps us see patterns across applications, and two, it makes the person who is actually filling it out reflect on what's holding them back. Most people really haven't clearly articulated what their actual issues are. Next, I kind of want to move into more future focused questions, asking them what success will look over the next 1 or 2 years. This is more internal. So if somebody can't describe what they want their life to look like yet, they're usually not ready for a high commitment program. Next, this part is really important. We talk about investment readiness. I'm really upfront here because the accelerator is not free and it is not meant for everyone. By kind of asking if they are ready to invest in themselves ahead of time, we avoid the awkward conversations later where people who may have just thought this was free information kind of get pushed away, and the people who are ready to invest in themselves and ready to make this leap are prepared for this. That one question alone filters out most people who aren't serious. Then I ask about their actual off-grid budget, not because there's an exact number that they need to hit, but this kind of tells us what plan is realistic. Someone with $5,000 needs a completely different roadmap than someone with 50,000. And that's what I envision with this form. Once they submit it, they're redirected kind of to the next steps. What I'm going to do here eventually is put a video in, as well as give them an email following up, prompting them to schedule their call. At this point, the funnel is doing its job. By the time someone gets on a call with us, they already understand what this is, what it isn't, and why they're there. This makes the conversation better, more honest, and way more productive for anyone involved.
All right, I just completed the form. This is what I've got so far. I'm going to go back through it and kind of make it look a little more pizzazzy kind of thing, but this is what we got right now. The product that we are selling is an off-grid accelerator program where essentially people who are interested go through the form and kind of give us some information about if they want to move off grid, how fast they want to do it, what their budget is like. And this is kind of just gathering all of that information, compiling it on the back end, as well as kind of selling themselves on our program, kind of putting all the information all in one spot, just so they know if they're ready to invest, if this is something that they actually want to do before they go ahead and even submit the form. So we're not wasting their time if they're just kind of looking for more information right now and not necessarily ready to buy. All right, this is the landing page I have now. It's kind of just got some information on here, but time to overhaul it.
Having a good landing page is always important because it's the first thing that customers are going to see when they are about to join or buy your product. So having something that catches the eye and grabs their attention right off the bat is always important.
So now I'm just grabbing the code so that I can embed it on the website. I'm just going to publish it and make sure that it shows up okay when we open it. Okay, now look at this, right? It is not popping up the way I wanted to.
This page is intentionally simple, and that's not because we didn't want to add more, it's because simplicity converts better. A landing page has one job and one job only, to guide someone to take a single action. In this case, that action is filling out this form. The biggest mistake I see people doing is trying to turn a landing page into a full website. They add menus, links, long explanations, testimonials, FAQs. Before you know it, people are clicking around instead of doing the one thing you actually want them to do. You don't need to sell the entire offer on this page. This happens later. This page just needs to create enough trust and understanding for someone to fill out the form. And this is important. The form should never feel like a hurdle. It should feel like the natural next steps. That's why we don't hide it at the bottom of the page or extra clicks. As soon as you click on the page, you see it. Notice how there's also no distractions, no navigation bar, no external links, no exit pass. That's intentional. Every additional option you give someone is another chance for them to leave. A good landing page reduces friction and removes confusion and makes the next steps obvious. The purpose of this landing page isn't to convince everyone, it's to attract the right people and filter out the wrong ones. When done correctly, a landing page saves you time, improves the quality of your leads, and makes every conversation downstream significantly better. Once this page is live, all your traffic has a clear destination. Emails, DM, content, ads, everything points here. One page, one action, one next step. That's how you build a clean, scalable funnel without overcomplicating things.
All right, now I'm going to submit it and make sure it pops up correctly. Okay, form submitted. Thank you. Sweet. I may have this reroute to a video too. Let's see if I can do that.
Now, after someone submits the form, instead of sending them straight to a booking page or a confirmation message, we reroute them to a short video that gives them a little more background and context about the accelerator. The reason for this is pretty simple. At this point, the person is already interested, they've taken action, and their attention is higher than it will be at almost any other point in this funnel. The video's job is not to sell anything, it's to explain what the accelerator actually is, who it's for, and who it's not for, and explain what the process looks like for moving forward. This sets expectations before anyone ever gets on the call.
All right, I think I'm done for now. I've got the form, a little bit of information here, what we provide, cost, ready to join. If they click this, that still doesn't work.
A lot of this process is stress testing and trial and error and just making sure that everything works. So if something doesn't work the first time, don't be afraid to redo it and keep trying until it does work.
All right, now we got to make the email follow-up for when they submit the form. So we can do that right on HubSpot.
The point of the follow-up email is to have the client book a call with the closer, who will then hop on a call with them and close the deal. What we do is deliberately delay this email by about 90 minutes after they submit the form. This is to ensure that one, they watch the video and gives them time to understand and digest it, as well as make the outreach seem more personalized. In this industry specifically, and people who want to go off grid, they don't want to see automation and things instantaneously. They would rather it feel like a more personalized experience, especially because the coaching that we provide is more personalized. However, it still is an automation system. This doesn't really go for every industry. You really need to figure out what specifically the consumer is after in the industry that you're going to be doing this in.
Yeah, I just got to add the link, and I think that's pretty good.
For actually booking the call, I like to use Calendly because it literally allows you to just give them a link and they are able to select a time spot that works for them, and you could just get an email with the booking time and the information. From there, HubSpot allows you to automatically send an email follow-up to somebody who submits a form. So you just have to do a little bit of automation on the back end. It's pretty self-explanatory. You click on automations under the form, create the email that you want to send, and click probably 3 more buttons, and it's all set up.
All right, I'm gonna submit a form now and make sure that it comes up in an hour and a half-ish.
Obviously, you really want to stress test this and make sure that your system is up and running. Yes, the email came through, so it works perfectly fine and nothing is wrong. The final part of this recording, I go through and actually embed a video on the website instead of using card.co's native one because it limits it at 10 megabytes. And the video that I'm going to have will probably be around 300, 400. What you can do, it's pretty simple. You just upload it to Google Drive, grab the share link for that, and then go to video, click embed, and then paste the link in there.
All right, it's definitely small, but I think it'll work for now. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole setup of the landing page funnel for now. Next, we just got to make sure to work on the ads and getting the traffic to this landing page. But now the funnel is completely set up, and that took me exactly 1 hour and 1 minute. A simple funnel like this has a lot of variety and opportunity where you can sell a multitude of different products. Like for our example, I'm only selling a kind of coaching program, but what you could also do is add a digital product, maybe an ebook or a guide that you can add another step in the layer to and have that be almost a qualifying page instead of just the landing page. So there's a lot of opportunity with it. Let me know what I did right, what you need help with, and yeah, any of that. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.